Hello, Broken Arrow. This is City Council Rewind for the meetings on March 4th, 2025. I'm Aaron McCulloch, Director of Communications for the City of Broken Arrow, and this is Councilor Lisa Ford. Councilor Ford, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
I think this is your first time in 2025.
Yes, it is.
Well, it's good to have you, and I'm hopeful to see you again. I think we've got you about 3 or 4 more times this year, don't we?
Yeah.
So looking forward to that.
Yeah, me too.
Short agenda last night. Not as many things on there, but quite a bit of discussion on a few different things. Let's talk about the Housing and Demographic Study and Zoning Ordinance. These were 2 separate items on the special meeting that preceded the regular meeting. Let's talk about the study first, the Housing and Demographic Study and what it is.
So the housing study is important because it lets us know what we're needing to fill in the gaps in Broken Arrow.
And that's the type of housing.
Yes, the type of housing like single dwellings, multifamily, and that type of thing. You know, when someone comes to us and they're wanting to build an addition, it seems like the first thing that we hear from our citizens is like, our schools are overcrowded, or the traffic's bad. And this housing study lets us know that yes, our city is growing, but the school's not growing at the same pace. So, even though they may think that's a legitimate, concern, from this housing study, it doesn't look like it is.
You all accepted it by resolution, so you're going to use it kind of as a guide
Yes.
to help you in the Planning Commission whenever you have to make those decisions for requested development proposals and that sort of thing, which then leads into the new zoning ordinance.
Yes.
Now, it wasn't adopted last night. This was an update for you folks and for the Planning Commission as well. And from what I understand, it's going to come back to you later on, but there's going to be some opportunity for some public hearings and public input as well.
Yeah, and this is a document that has long time coming. It's been, I think, since 2020 is when that process started. It is an important document, so we don't want to rush into it. But honestly, I'm ready to get it wrapped up. And I'm sure the builders are as well. They want to know what are the rules so we can follow them. But it is very important, and it's important to get the citizens' input as well. So I'm glad to see that both of these are starting to wrap up, and so then we can move forward and then work on some other things as well.
Well, let's move on to something else, and that was a discussion about fireworks, because
Yes.
it's normal to have a discussion about fireworks in March.
Yeah, or all year round.
That's right, exactly. So what did you all discuss? I understand there was something about a rain out date.
Yeah, so I was actually at a neighborhood meeting, and they were saying, so it did rain last year.
That's right.
So it was an issue, and we didn't really have because how often does it really rain in July? So we didn't really have a backup plan. So now Mr. Spurgeon or his designee, if it does rain, then can pick a rain out day. Now, we did just talk about having one rain out day, so if it rains the 3rd and the 4th, we're probably not going to do 2 more days. But it'll let people have a plan, because we, in Broken Arrow, we love America and we love our fireworks. And so that way we'll have something in place. So in the event it does rain, of course, it's not going to be a month-long thing. I mean, it'll be within 7 to 10 days is when the rain out date would be. So I think it was needed. We may not ever have to use it, but at least it's in place, just in case it rains again on the 3rd or the 4th.
And we'll have more definitive information of the next meeting, because you directed City Legal to draft an ordinance, so that way you could look at it and figure out exactly, okay, what is that date going to be and who's going to make that call. And so nothing is official just yet, but we will have another ordinance for you to review probably at the next meeting and possibly adopt, so that would be a possibility for this July 3rd and 4th. Speaking of ordinances, you adopted an ordinance about council compensation. So let's talk about this. I know you talked about it during the last meeting. What are your thoughts, and why do you think this is important?
Well, a lot of people think we're getting paid already, is
That's
what's
right.
kind of, interesting as well. And I think Johnny, Councilor Parks, really had some good insight, because he's been on the council for a long time, and he knows how it used to be, and then he knows how it is now, which we attend many, many meetings. Like today, I have 3 other things to do besides just this. And for people that work for full time, it's kind of hard to, navigate your schedule. But our city's growing, and we have a lot of great things going on in our city. And also, our citizens, they work during the day, so we need to be available in the evenings to be able to interact, which means more meetings. So I think this is good.
And I'll just add to that, just as far as the nuts and bolts is concerned, the mayor will get $12,000 a year, and the other 4 council members will get $9,000 a year. That will go into effect 30 days from the date of the ordinance being signed, which was last night, so we're looking about April 4th, if I remember correctly. And it won't be coming back to council for review for another 4 years until 2029. There were about 30 other items on the agendas, and for more information, you can go to the city website and click on Agendas and Minutes in the Government section. Click on the date range drop-down list and then select the governing body. Find the meeting date of your choice and select the meeting details. And one final thing on the agenda last night, and I know this is really important to you as a former city employee, is our employees who have served for 25 years were recognized. Talk just a little bit about this and how proud you are of these folks.
Yeah, so the Oklahoma Municipal League sent a representative, which was Mayor Joyce Calvert of Glenpool, who we all love, and she came and did the presentation for our employees that have served 25 years. You know, what I think this says, now, of course, police and fire, everyone knows that that's a career, you know, but a lot of our other jobs, you know, some people look at it as like a stepping stone. And I don't think it's really like that anymore in our city. I think they are careers. When I spent 20 years on the police department, you know, I wasn't a police officer, you know, I was a crime prevention specialist, but that was my career. It is important to recognize our employees for the services that they give us, and all across the board. Like I said, not just police and fire. We had a lot of other employees there too, representing other departments.
Very well-deserved recognition, and
yes,
we can only hope that us and my colleagues behind the cameras make it to 25 years here as well, because this is a fantastic organization.
Yeah.
Councilor Ford, thank you for your time, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching. This is a production of the City of Broken Arrow, the city where opportunity lives.